a psycho icon, a rifle mic bomb. Get an eye full of lead when I snipe your lights out. With a street cleaner, wipe your life out. Bullets know what your ears like a Tyson fight bout. Fuck the knife clout, guns, clips. I'm going to fuck that run, bitch. I hit the street punks, you chumps don't know me. Ain't no problem to leave your whole body homie.
Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to change the sprocket and chain from the stock one, which is 43 teeth, to a bigger one which is 50 teeth. I'm going quite a bit bigger, and it's going to be a black one as well, which I've got sitting right here. So this is the socket that's going to be on it. They're pretty smart and it's black. You can see the difference in size from the original to the new one. Quite a bit of size difference. I think you'll better see that alright. This one came with this chain of sprocket set, and I bought this one separate. That's why I've got a separate socket. And I've got two gold chains. The reason I've got two is because I'm putting the bigger one on. The stock chain won't be big enough, so I'll have to use a bit of this to extend it. So I've got a lot of chain chopping and putting together. Got a chain breaker tool there to help me break the chains, but putting them together don't matter because these are a different type where you don't have to what they call it, where you don't have to flare the pins and stuff. This has just got the slide on clips. Hopefully that's alright. You alright, boy? So yeah, you can see I've got more tools than I really need, but I've got a Dremel there to help me cut the heads off the pins to make it a little easier. Got all my sockets and a load of ratchets and things. And this will be the first one we need. So what we first off need to do is take the cover off. In the books they do say take off the gear linkage and pedal and all this stuff, even the suspension, because that's sitting on the swing arm and all sorts of other stuff, but I'm going to try and just get away with just taking the cover off, undoing the front sprocket from there, undoing the wheel as normal, take the caliper off and pull it out without doing all that, and then feed the chain through. Obviously I have to cut this chain before taking the wheel off, but I'm just going to do a bit for now. We're going to start off with the front sprocket cover. Just going to get comfortable. Nice simple little bolts. I'll probably speed this bit up so you don't have to watch every single turn of the ratchet. Just put the bolts in the holes, and that's the front cover off, and that can sit. I'll set that over here right out of the way. But there you can see the, now you can see the front sprocket. Just got to find this part, so you've got the bent over part of the watch. I don't know how clearly you can see that. Wait. Alright boy, you stay there. Just have to use a screwdriver and a hammer to bend that back over. I've got to take it easy, so I'll probably speed this bit up because it might take a little while. I don't want to go too crazy with it. Don't want to break anything. These could be reused as well, so that's good, because you're just going to have to either bend that same bit back down again if it seems okay. That should be fine, but you can bend over another part if you really need to. I'm just wondering, I don't think I've got to undo anything in the middle there like some bikes. I think I'll just undo the main bolt, and that's the stock front sprocket done. Hey guys, you might notice that lighting's a bit different and the bike's in a different position. A lot of my tools have disappeared and that. because me and my nephew had no luck getting this front sprocket off. They're known to be super tough. I was putting a lot of pressure on, so much with the back brake on that the wheel was spinning still. I even put the bike on the side stand so the wheel was on the floor, and held the front brake while sitting on the bike and giving it loads. Still won't go, so I've watched a couple of videos. They say knock the socket with a hammer while you've got pressure on it, and that should help loosen it. So I'm hoping that will work for me. I've got the front brake on with a cable tie holding it in place. Hopefully that won't ruin my grip or anything, and hopefully that'll help me out. So I've got to just try and give it a go. I've got a screwdriver in there because I'm not really using the chain sprockets. It wouldn't really matter if it did damage them a bit, but hopefully it won't anyway. But hopefully that'll help hold it in place there. Let's just give it a little play with. If it takes too long, I'll probably just cut to a later bit or something. See where that's going to go. No, that just fucking ping it out like that. So I'm going to have to try and put the brake on and everything from the other side. Today's not the best day to be tackling bolts like that, man, or nuts like that. That is crazy tight. But actually, off camera, I actually finally managed to loosen it. I don't want to budge now, look, you can see it's loose, so that will come off when I tighten that and spin it round. I can't believe the amount of effort I had to go through. I ended up getting the bar from my old trolley jack. You see how old it is, it's falling apart. And I put it through where the swing arm is, through the wheel, and had it up above the suspension, at the bottom of the suspension, but underneath the brake line so it didn't squash that. And I still had to lean on the bike because when I was putting so much pressure on it, it was almost lifting the bike up. That was a crazy amount of pressure needed to undo those things. I'd definitely say if you can afford it, get yourself an air gun and compressor, man. I'll definitely buy one at one point, man, but I never come across bolts so nasty. And you can see my old brakes there from my BMW, and taking them off because the BMW was almost 20 years old. Some of the bolts were rusted to fuck on and everything. I've even got a scar on my arm from doing that. Not the main scar, that's my fistula scar for dialysis. But yeah, never come across something so tight, man. I'll get and rusted on bolts off easier than that. But at least that's loose now, so that will come off. So now I'm gonna just loosen up the nuts and bolts all around here, the adjuster, on this bike you've got a bolt on either side for the shaft thing. Bloody losing my mind now because of this heat and all the effort I put in for that, man. But then hopefully we'll be able to get on with it and get it all done. Just loosen them off. There you go. I don't know if I really need to loosen these ones off for the adjuster or not on this bike, but I'm going to loosen them just in case, so they are loose. But that'll help me when it comes to it to they come off together, these two. But at least they'll be, why they're not coming apart, I don't know. Get that one there. These are both the same, aren't they? There you go, that's separated now. Just swing them out. Just loosen them off. So they're ready to be moved. See, look at that. after that bolt, they seem like nothing. There we go. Number 2. You've been a good boy, ain't you? Try and make sure they stay in the right way. They're probably the same size, but it's best to put them back in where they came from usually. There's a loose cable tied here. Let's see if that'll lift off nicely. Right, I might use the breaker bar just to make sure we can get this off. I don't know if that's spinning that one. What was that? Is that you knocking things off? Yeah. That one's loose. So it's got a washer there, and that's that. And plenty of grease. Do we know just knock that through? I guess so. Get me old rubber mallet. Yeah. Before I actually pull that out, I might break the chain. I think that's done enough. Going to the top of the pin off. That should make it easier for me and the tool to get the chain broke. Looks nice and clean as well. Well, I won't do a tutorial how to use this or anything because there's plenty of them out there. Simple to do, instructions in them are simple anyway, so if you're ever going to do this, don't be scared about it. And although a lot of people say you don't need to cut or grind the pin head off, even the instructions in this say that you should, because it just makes it easier on the tool and on yourself. So why make everything extra tough? Plus, I've seen it loads of times, you probably have as well, online where people have done them and it's bent up the pins or totally snapped them. Don't need that part, just pop that in there, put that back on. Really? I'll try this. I guess it's going in, it's turning still. I think I've got it. Yeah, it's definitely gone, it's just popped it. Just do it up and you should see it come out the back. And once that breaks, you really feel that, and it gets much easier to turn. There you go, look at that. Ta-da. One chain pin. And just undo the whole tool. And we should see what happened. Sweet. Right, there's no going back now, chain broken. Let's see if we can get that fully off. Use the back wheel to undo it some more. Sweet, I think that's off. There we go. One pain in the arse and that off. I really should have cleaned this chain up more. Super oily. One old chain. There we go. Looks perfectly fittable. Just give things a little bit of a clean up. Let's quickly try and take this wheel off, then I might have a little break and a clean up. Ah, they come out like that. So I probably didn't need to take them off. Right, I'm going to try and hold the wheel up. There you go. I knew that would happen. One shaft, one of them. I'll have to check the video, see what way up that went. And I'm guessing that came out of there. Shit. It's just a spacer there. One wheel off. Right, I'm going to lean that up against the wall for now because I've got to find something. Right, remember that's the right hand side. That goes with that stuff that comes from the right. This just came off there like that. Alright boy, is there a doggy going by, is there? Stick him in there. I know my man. I've got to get some more of this stuff. Well, there you go. That's the most work I've ever done on a motorbike. Done plenty of work on cars and stuff before. This was a bit daunting because this is just new to me and everything, but I know this job's relatively easy. And I noticed, I think that comes off as well, so I could take that off and undo them that way, but we'll see. I've got to tap these out of the way as well to get the bolts undone.
Compadre, black and white, white and ivory, and black ebony. They can't step to me, weaponry is heavenly. They can't see us in the 313 vicinity. Hey yo, M, ha 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 ha.
Ha ha, I come in like ha ha, I'm ill like nah nah. And y'all don't wanna see me cause I'm ill with the skills.